Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jaden Vass. I'm here with my partner, Andrew Vass, and we're the owners of Lead Shark Marketing, where we help naturopath and wellness clinics get more appointments, get more clients, get more people in the door. We help people all throughout North America. We started doing this podcast to show you what other clinics are doing right now, currently, what kind of advertising they're doing, what kind of websites they have, so we can go through it, analyze it, let you know what's good, what's bad, what we would change, and what, most importantly, is going to get them more scheduled appointments. And we know that a lot of the times, what you're doing, some other people might be doing as well. So we hope this is useful for you, and you can take the information we give you and apply it to your own clinic. We've also created a fake clinic from the ground up, ads, landing page, logo, branding, everything about it, just to run a test and see, okay, how many appointments could we book in? And we ended up generating 7 appointments in the first 4 days marketing it. There's a link below where we talk about how we did that exactly and how you can apply the exact same system we used into your clinic. But on this podcast, we're just going to go through, like I said, real life advertisements on Facebook and Instagram right now and where they're leading to, the websites they're directed to, and we're going to rate them out of 10 based on how likely they are to convert someone into a scheduled appointment. If we do go through your clinic here, please let us know. We'd love to talk with you further. We'd love to, do a more in-depth version of this. Or if you want us to go through your clinic, you want us to go through your marketing, also let us know. We'd be more than happy to do that, either on the podcast or one-on-one. Doesn't matter to us. But without further ado, let's get into it here. So we have 5 different advertisements, and then we'll talk about the websites they go to here that we're going to go through. And then at the end, after we're done talking about that, we have a common thing that we get asked all the time at the end of the podcast. This is always what we do. For about 10 minutes, we talk about something that, when we talk to practitioners, clinic owners, whoever it is, they ask us these kinds of questions, and on the podcast, we want to address it. And, a lot of the times it's helpful for people as well, because we hear the same things, a lot of the meetings we go on here. So let me open up the very first ad and let's get started. Let me share my screen so y'all can see this. Perfect. Okay. First of all, I'm just gonna click in here, pause it, because sometimes these things are really loud, and then I'll full screen it, and we can watch it here.
Hey, San Marcos. Are you tired of trying diets that just don't work? We've got some exciting news for you. Have you heard about our medical weight loss program? We are now offering it right here in San Marcos, and the results speak for themselves.
This treatment helps naturally reduce your appetite and food cravings, while making weight loss feel easier and more sustainable. Our members only pay $149 a month. We proudly offer the lowest prices for our members guaranteed. Click this video to book your free consultation and come visit us at our beautiful new clinic. We can't wait to meet you.
We get asked these 3 questions all the time. First, how does it work? The medication helps regulate your hunger hormones so you feel full sooner and crave less. Second, what are the benefits? Losing weight can reduce your risk of heart disease, stroke, and improve your energy and boost your self-confidence, especially if past diets haven't worked.
And third, is it safe? Yes. These medications are FDA approved and used by millions of people under medical supervision. So go ahead, click now to book your free consultation.
Hello, my name is Emma, and I'm a patient here at BFF Medical for almost a year. I've always felt like I was fighting war against my own body on my weight loss journey. And when I came in here, they were very, very good about answering all my questions, giving me all the options, giving me the support I needed. For me, the GLP shots have really helped a great deal in controlling my appetite. But throughout the entire journey, they encouraged me to work out, to keep my protein up, to do all the things that could truly help me sustain this weight loss. And I'm very thankful for them. The staff is kind, inviting. They remember my name when I come in. And if you're looking for support on your weight loss journey, this is a great place to come.
See us in San Marcos. We'll see you soon.
Okay, so I'll talk about this ad first, and then Andrew, I'll let you dive in here and talk about it. It's very, now this is something I can't bash them too much for this, because I know how tough it is especially when you're not used to it, to go in front of a camera and start talking. But it feels very scripted. It feels very robotic. And as soon as I see it, this is running on Facebook right now. Who knows? Maybe you've seen this ad before. And if you were to see this when you're scrolling on Facebook or Instagram, and you saw this video, you would know within the first couple seconds, this is an advertisement. They're trying to sell me something. And it's just because of the way they talk. It sounds so robotic, very scripted, the way the whole video's done. It doesn't feel like regular content. And because of that, people are automatically going to get defensive because they're going to feel like, okay, this is an advertisement people hate being sold to. So they're going to say, okay, I'm going to scroll past this because I don't want to watch an advertisement. The key here is make it, I like how they have, their practitioners within it, they're talking, all of that's great, but make it feel more natural, make it feel like it's content, so people would actually want to watch it, will grab their attention instead of, automatically triggering a defense mechanism against being sold or, seeing it like it's an advertisement. Andrew, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, could you just play the beginning again?
Yep.
Hey, San Marcos! Are you tired of trying diets that just don't work? We've got some exciting news for you. Have you heard about our medical weight loss program? We are now offering it right here in San Marcos, and the results speak for themselves.
Yeah, so the hook, is what I'm about to talk about. Is the first, 5 to 8 seconds of the ad. I mean, it's not actually a bad hook. It's talking about people who've tried weight loss, but it didn't work, which isn't really a bad hook. But like Jaden was saying, the way you phrase things, matters a lot as well. If you say, hey, this place, and then just go, have you tried weight loss things and it didn't work? People aren't going to resonate with that right away. They're just going to be like, okay, bye. I'm done with this. So slow down what you're going to say and emphasize the beginning point, because you have 5 to 8 seconds of people's full attention. So emphasize it, use that little bit of time where you have people's attention. The beginning part where you're hey, that's good. But yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. And even this beginning part, are you tired of trying diets that just don't work? The hook is what grabs people's attention, as Andrew was saying. And this isn't a bad hook. It's the delivery of it isn't great. If I was to make an ad like this, and same thing, you can have, these three ladies within it, that's completely fine. Hey, San Marcos, we work with a lot of people and they tell us that they try dieting and it just can't seem to work for them no matter what they try. Maybe it's keto, maybe it's, no more carbs, protein heavy, whatever kind of diet they try, it doesn't seem to actually make them lose weight. Now, we figured out a method here, blah, 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 and you go into it. Notice how that's a lot more natural sounding, feels like a conversation, feels like I'm almost telling a story. It's like the beginning of a story, and that's going to hook people in a lot more than being very scripted and robotic about it. But overall, the ad isn't, the actual premise of it isn't bad. It's just, it's so obviously an advertisement, which isn't a good thing. Okay, let's check out where they're directing this ad to here. I'll share this screen now. Okay, so this is where they take it to now. Right off the bat, I'll just close that. Right off the bat, you can see it's go high level, and you can probably tell just by the survey, the way that looks there. We have a headline saying, get our medical weight loss package for only $149 today. Survey right there. Kind of some things about what the package includes, location. I think this is the exact same video we just watched. Yep, it looks like it. And then some photos down here. Andrew, what do you think of this landing page?
Yeah, I mean, it's the header is mainly the thing that everyone looks at. So it says get the weight loss package for $149 today. I know the ad talked about it a little bit, but if I clicked it forward through this right off watching the hook, I'd have no clue what your weight loss package is. And then you're just kind of taking me straight into a survey. The way we usually phrase it, which isn't always just one way is the right way, but we tend to try and push a pain point, or because the point of an ad is to build curiosity, and then what you're doing is you're either educating or you're digging deeper into a pain point that they have. So either that the fact that they couldn't lose weight or something like that, continue talking about that, so you're intriguing them more to the point where they'll want to fill out a survey. So that's pretty much what I have to say about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're expecting that the ad is going to get people to fill out the survey immediately after watching it, which that's not the case. Like the people don't trust you enough to actually take action 90% of the time after just watching a Facebook ad. They want more information. That's why they click in. They're not clicking in to book in 90% of the time. They're clicking an ad to get more information. And I understand they have a little bit of information here, but they definitely need to provide more. Right now it's just focused on people click an ad, let's get them booked in. So you're losing out a lot of people that just want a little bit more info before they pay $150. Another big thing here, and this is something me and Andrew talk about to people all the time. I'm sure we've actually mentioned it at the end of a podcast one time as well, but don't focus on yourself. Notice that everything on this landing page is focused, or at least the top part of this landing page here is focused on these people, their clinic. It's all about them. Get our medical weight loss package. It's this price. Here's what we do. Here are services, which it's fine to have that on your landing page. Obviously you need some of that, but right off the bat, you need to speak to the prospect coming onto the landing page. Who are these people? You talked about people that try dieting and don't know how it works. Instead of saying, get our package for $150, which people aren't coming onto a landing page to look for a package for $150. They're coming on for a solution. They're coming on to lose weight, to know who to trust. They don't know who to trust when it comes to losing weight, so they want to find a way to trust that person. They want to know, okay, which diet is the best one for me? How do I holistically get there? How do I get there naturally? How do I get accountability? What kind of accountability is right? How much exercise do I need in a week? How do I balance exercise with working? How do I do all this stuff? This is what they want. They're not they're not looking for you to give them a package for $150. This is your offer. You're advertising your offer. Instead, advertise the solution. Okay, Andrew, what would you give this out of 10 here? This whole setup. And again, this is based off of how likely we think people will book in, or how good this is going to be at converting people to actually, go through the survey and book in with these people.
I'd say like from the ad to this, I'd say like about like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Because
Yeah,
the
yep.
ad will bring curiosity, but this is going to make people kind of like be like, all right, they're just trying to sell me instantly. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think the ad is better than the landing page. Now there are improvements for the ad. This landing page, I think they're just losing so many people because as soon as you tell people, hey, we're going to give you a package for $150, you're scaring them off. They're going to say, okay, who's going to say, yeah, I like that, even though I barely know what it even is, kind of thing, or barely even know who it's for. Is it actually going to work for me? Is it going to solve my problems? And because of that, yeah, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. As far as doing it. Now, if you are BFF medical wellness, I wonder if that actually means best friends forever. I wonder if it's those 3 ladies in the ad that started this. If it is, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you out. We've actually dealt with weight loss clinics and packages and stuff like that before, so we know a lot about it. So reach out to us if you end up, listening to this podcast. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. I'll pull it up, share my screen here so you all can see it. Okay. Okay, that's the end of the ad. Now, this reminds me of, I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but there's some funny videos that go around where it's AI doing this and they throw people through a wall and they do that kind of thing, which honestly, that maybe would have been a better advertisement because it would have grabbed your attention a little bit more and would have been trendy. Now, I understand, though, it's not really what you're going for, but the problem with this is that okay, you're a chiropractor. Like, this does not, people are not going to watch this and think, yes, you are the chiropractor I want to go to. Like, that is not what they're going to watch. Maybe they think, they might be thinking something else from this ad, but it's not going to be, you are the kind of chiropractor I'm going to go to. Uh, so you need to, you can't do these ads where and actually we see this kind of often where it's just footage of stuff happening. You need to say something. You need to actually, because in order for people to actually want to go to your clinic, you need to be relatable. You need to resonate. You can't do that without actually talking. If you don't talk, it's very hard to do that. This is cool footage. You can use this footage in an ad, but it shouldn't be your entire ad. What do you think about it, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, like, you could also just put some, like, labels on it saying, like, if you're this person, then this is what will help you with. But also, just in general, this footage worked, like, a while ago for, like, some content. Like, people were like, oh, this is cool. I like seeing their back crack. But, like, if I actually have back issues and I'm seeing this, I'm like, I don't want to be ragdolled around and, like, yanked on my neck. Like, people just watching that, like, who don't care would be like, oh, that's interesting. But people who actually have issues would probably be like, yeah, no, thank you. So anyways, we can check out the landing page here.
All right, let's do that. All right, let me pull it up. There we go. Okay, Prime Performance. Now this website here looks like it was built 15, 20 years ago. It definitely is in need of refresh, and we don't even actually, this one is worse than the last one we went through, because it literally has zero information. It's just
Click
a
on the
contact
logo.
info. Let's click on the logo and see where it takes us. Okay, there's a little bit more. We have a video here, and it's different. We're not gonna watch this video. A little bio.
Whoa.
Some different services here. Okay, now right off the bat, what are we doing sending the ad to wherever we were at before, the contact, I think, page? Send the ad to this page, because like we already said, this is sort of similar to the last one. People want to get more information. They don't want to, especially that ad. All you did was just show some footage of you cracking someone's back. Like, people aren't thinking, okay, let me book there. You need to give some information about who you're working with, what exactly you do, what people are going to want that. Now, I love videos, VSLs like this video sales letter where you kind of do a bio, explain yourself. They always are fantastic. So I love having that here. I love the bio. I didn't read through this entire thing, and I'm not going to, but I love having the bio here where you kind of talk about yourself, who you've worked with, all that kind of thing. The biggest thing, though, I would change here is it's actually very similar to the last one. I mean, this headline is just not, like, you need to direct it towards the people that you are advertising to, which means you need to figure out who those people are. Are they young, old, middle-aged, female, male? Are they dealing with sports injuries, car accidents? Do they have chronic back pain? Who are these people? Where did they live? What did they do? What are their hobbies? What are their why do they have back pain? Do they have, hip pain? Do they have neck pain? Who are these people? You really need to understand who you're advertising to. And then once you understand that, you can then build a website off of it. And that's really what's missing here, is it's not speaking to the person. The best part about this website is right here, this video with this little bio. Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like, even the biggest brands you can even think of, like Nike, they don't even put their name on the main screen. Like, they have their, like, catchphrase or whatever, like, just do it, or just do the work, or something like that, where it's like they're bringing you to a point or some sort of solution in some sort of way. Like, if that helps resonate with you a bit more. But yeah, pretty much just what Jaden was saying is all good. Yeah.
Okay, I'd give it, out of 10, I'm going to give this a I'm going to give this a 3. I think the other one was slightly better, so I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10.
I'd give it a 3.
Okay, let's move on to the next one here. And again, if any of these clinics, if you want to, if we go through yours, please let us know. And if you want us to go through yours, also let us know, and we'll do that here. Let me pull up the next one real quick. All right.
Welcome
Okay.
to the Welcome to the Welcome to the Luminate Wellness Clinic, where we believe your health deserves a proactive, natural approach. Our naturopathic medicine and holistic services are designed to address the issues you don't always get real support for in the traditional medical system. From gastrointestinal struggles and women's health concerns to mental health support, we dig deeper to find the root cause of your symptoms so you can feel better naturally. It's time to stop reacting to health issues and start being proactive. Let us help you rewrite your health story. Book your appointment now and discover a new way to look at your health naturally. Welcome to the Luminate Wellness.
All right. What are your thoughts, Andrew?
Yeah, so this is a great video you could throw on your landing page or somewhere there. Don't use it as an ad. Like, the thing is, like, you did talk about some sort of pain points later down the road, but you should just take those pain points and talk about them on specific ads and then direct them to a landing page. In this way, all you're doing is just saying, like, you're shooting very broad and hoping something hits, like, versus aiming directly at a specific audience that needs something. So, yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I'm just going to listen to Hook, the very
Welcome
beginning
to
of it
the
again.
Luminate Wellness Clinic, where we believe your health deserves a proactive, natural approach. Our natural
Yeah, like, okay, if you guys listen to that, it says, excuse me, it says, welcome to this clinic, whatever the clinic is called there, and then your health deserves a natural, proactive approach. That does not attract attention, number one. It doesn't drive curiosity. It doesn't drive interest. And really, in the first 8 seconds here, which is where I'm at, that is your whole goal, is how do we get people curious, interested, wanting to learn more, wanting to watch more? And it doesn't do that. Telling people that they can get their health natural, proactive, those are words that are fluff. They don't mean anything to people. They don't no, when I tell people, hey, hey, if you want to improve your health in a natural, proactive way, you don't even know what that means. No, it doesn't hit. I'm not relating to, I'm just thinking, okay, that's kind of fluff. Like, you're just saying that to make it sound good, kind of thing. And so really think about, be direct, be clear, and also simplify it. Who are the type of people that are coming to your clinic? They're not going to, if you ask those people, they're not going to tell you, yeah, we're looking for natural, proactive solutions. So no one's going to say that. So don't put that in your ad. Instead, put something like, hey, we were looking for something that, was non-toxic, something that was, worked naturally within my body, something that wasn't, pharmaceutical, that wasn't X, Y, and Z. I was looking for something that actually felt like it would, be sustainable. It would last long term. It would be it would work with my entire body. It would be holistic. And I feel like it actually healed it. It got to the root cause. Those are the kinds of things people are going to say to you. So use that in an ad instead of talking about natural, proactive healthcare. Okay, let's look at the landing page here. And I'll share it so everyone here can see. Okay, so this is just a Jane app, and I'm sure a lot of you clinic owners know what Jane app is. If you don't use it, which a lot of you guys are, we know that, trust us. Jane app, which is just basically a scheduling page, is all Jane app is here. So there's not a whole lot to go through. I mean, Andrew, I'll let you handle it. Why why is sending people to Jane app not the greatest idea?
Yeah, so pretty much the point of an ad is to build curiosity, and the point of a landing page is to drive information, teach them something, or like build trust in some sort of way. What driving someone to the Jane app, we see this a lot. All it does is build confusion because they don't know who they should go with. They usually don't know exactly what service they need. So driving them to this point is not ever a good solution to it. And especially from an ad that's very confusing like that one, like you need it going to some sort of a landing page so people can know, okay, this is the service I need. Okay, then I'll go and book with this person. So that's
Yeah.
sort of the flow to go through.
Yes, exactly. And even if you think about this, throughout, if you went to, if your car, if you knew something was wrong with your car, you had a check engine light on, but you didn't know what exactly it was, but there was a check engine light on, and you took it to the mechanic. The mechanic, you don't want the mechanic to ask you, okay, do you want us to change the tires? Do you want us to go through the oil? Do you want us to go look at the engine bay? Do you want us to go into the transmission, or do you want us to look through the axles? You're going to be like, well, I don't know. You tell me. Like, I want to explain my problem. I want you to then say, okay, I understand what your problem is. Okay, this is most likely what it is. This is what's going to work best. And then you do it. You don't want that. You're not looking for them to tell you. It's the exact same circumstance, but in health and wellness, and the amount of people that do this method, it doesn't make sense. Like I said, there's no mechanic out there that asks people that says, hey, what do you want me, like, direct me, as far as what you want me to do to the car. That's not what you're looking for. So I understand some people know exactly, just in that same scenario. Some people, if they're mechanically inclined, they'll know exactly what's wrong with their car. In some cases, people might be like, you know what? I know that I'm looking for physiotherapy, or I know I'm looking for osteopathy, or I know I'm looking for a chiropractic. Like there are cases like that. But what percentage of people coming in are like that? Are we talking maybe, 30%, maybe a third of people are like that? Even if it's half of people like that, that means that whatever amount of clients you have right now, you could easily double it just by having a landing page that focuses on the people's problems and gets them to understand, okay, we have a solution if you have these problems, not what do you want us to do? So yeah, overall, I'll give this a rating of, including the ad and the landing page here, I'm going to give it a rating of 4 out of 10. That's what I'm going to do here. Andrew, what do you rate it?
Yeah, my rating's like a 3.
A 3 out of 10. Okay, pretty similar there. So far we haven't had anything that goes above, well, we haven't had anything that hits a 5 or above, really, at the end of the day. And hopefully, and it's not because we want to sit here and act like we know better than everyone else, or that we know, we have some secret technique that nobody else knows, and it's nothing like that. It's actually to show you that the market is not very good. You'd be very surprised. The market's not good. Probably 1 out of every 10 ads is a great ad. That's 10% of the ads out there. So if you want to get more appointments, you want to get more clients, you can look at your competition. They don't know what they're doing. This is a perfect opportunity to do it. And Facebook ads has been around now for, 15 plus years. It's not a new thing. And there's more people doing it every year. And yet, like you've seen us going through, there's so many aspects that go into what actually creates a good ad, what's going to make conversions happen. And most people don't know how to do it in a way that's actually going to work. And, we've set up entire systems that we give people, that we've tested, that we know works. So when we plug it into a clinic, we're like, okay, this is exactly what's going to perform well in this market. So if you are looking for more appointments, you see now competition is not really there. This is the best way to do it. Okay, let's go through the last ad really quick here, and then we'll do a little discussion afterward.
Hi, I'm Shannon.
There we go. Okay.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey. Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse
Let me
practitioner and
pause
owner
that
of
real quick.
Island.
Andrew, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so I mean, we've said it before, but like, no one cares who you are. I mean, by the way, just to let you know, this seems like an amazing service because if she's the only person in her area that even does this, like, that you could totally grow it, especially on Facebook. So that's amazing. But maybe you're famous, I'm not too sure. But if you are famous, then sure, say your name. But if you're not famous, we recommend not wasting the first 5 to 8 seconds of your ad saying introducing yourself because people realistically don't care. They're selfish. They just want to know if you can help them with their problem. So yeah, I just recommend just going straight to the point and explaining what you can help people with, and then explain the fact that it's like we're unique, we're different, you can do all that, but you could throw this video on your landing page, no problem.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Now, feel free to introduce yourself later on in the ad because it builds trust, credibility, whatnot. In fact, most of the ads we do for people, we say, hey, tell them your name, tell them your credentials, naturopathic doctor, you know, certified nurse, certified health coach, whatever it is, tell them that because it builds trust. But people don't want to know who you are until they're curious and they're interested, and then they want to know who you are. Now they're interested, and that credentials telling them who you are builds trust within that. So I agree. You don't need to waste the first portion of it. And I also agree with Andrew too in the fact of the service is a great service. It has a lot of potential, especially if it is true that you are the only one doing that. Um, if you told a little bit every single ad and landing page we've gone through has had this problem, but if you went a little deeper into the problems people are experiencing, why they come to you, what motivates them to come to you, that's going to make it even more powerful, especially when you incorporate stories into it. Okay, let's check out the landing page where they're directing people here. Okay, this is what it looks like now, right off the bat.
Oh,
Okay, there's literally nothing here. There is just a logo with a quote and then, phone number, email. Are you a client? Tell us about your experience, and then, where they're located. So let me go to the home page here and see what we got. Uh, I don't know if you can see that, Andrew, but I love that quote by Dolly Parton. That's one of my favorites. We got some of the services here. Tattoo removal, deep cleaning. So all of this stuff is fine. Again, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, guys, but until someone actually figures it out, people, yes, they care about what you do, but they care more about what you can help them with. I'm gonna say that again. They care about what kind of services you offer, yes, but they care more about how you can help them specifically achieve their solution to their problem that they're even coming to you with in the first place. They could care less how you actually do it if you can convince them that they can achieve their solution. For example, if I want laser hair or something, let's do Botox, injectables. Okay, let's do injectables here. If I'm I'm not thinking now. Maybe a third, 20% of people are going around shopping for. I want to get injected. Maybe some people are like that. We've learned in the last couple of years some people are like that. But let's say people aren't like that. That's like 20, 30%. We would hope. And most people are thinking, okay, I want my lips to be more full. Okay, I want my cheeks to look like this. I want my face, and they're kind of trying to do some structuring. And why do they want that? Oh, because of self-confidence, because they want, men to be looking at them, because they want to feel younger again, because they don't want wrinkles, because there's all these reasons. And now it's becoming personal for people, and that's why they're going to do it. And they actually, you can tell them, yeah, and this is how we do it, which is going to add credibility, add trust. But they're like, you know what, you tell me how it's done. I don't really care, because you're already telling me my exact problem, you're articulating it to me, and I fully understand it, I'm resonating it, and because of that, I want a solution. Andrew, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, you pretty much covered it. Just explain their problem better than they can explain it themselves, and almost like 9 times out of 10 they'll buy. Like, as long as you can explain their problem better, but on here, you're not even explaining their problem. Some people might click on here not even thinking they have a problem, and they're just curious. They're like, oh, okay, maybe I'll look into it. But those aren't even the type of clients you want, so.
Yeah. Okay, out of 10, what do you give this?
To be honest, I kind of forgot what the ad was, but
Ad
I'll,
was her, yeah, going through here.
anyways, I'll just say it's like a 4.
I'm gonna give this, you know what? I think that if it actually went to this part of the website, I know it doesn't. It goes to a page which just has the location and email and phone number. If it went to this page, I'd give it a 5. But there's in this, out of everyone we reviewed, every single one of them has huge amount of potential within each other. Some of them are even competing with each other. This one, especially this clinic, especially Island Skin Solutions, you guys have so much potential. Since you're kind of one of one, you're really, you separate yourself within the marketplace. You have a lot of potential that isn't being fully utilized.
Yeah, which means this system could be working perfectly fine for you guys, but what we're trying to explain is that it could be just that much better. But the fact that you're one of one, your system doesn't need to be like as good as everyone else who's competing against other people in their area.
Yeah, and even still, I mean, it might be working okay right now. I couldn't imagine that what you're doing is working. You're like, this is the best thing ever. If you're thinking that, then, I'm completely wrong. What I would imagine is that is doing either subpar or okay. If you really used our suggestions and you convert it to what we were doing and the kind of stuff we do, you would probably double or triple your output. Like, that is the kind of difference we make. But okay, let's go through kind of the topic I want to talk about here. Spend 5-10 minutes on it max. And what I wanted to talk about was numbers and metrics that people look at when they're doing marketing. I know this, you're going to be like, what are you even talking about? This sounds lame, but hear me out for a second. A lot of people we talk to have either done some sort of advertising themselves, maybe Facebook, Instagram, Google, whatever it is, or they've hired an agency to do it for them in the past. And they don't understand what actually moves the needle when I do advertising. Meaning, an agency is coming to me and they're saying that they're doing a fantastic job, but I don't seem to be getting more clients. Are they lying to me? Or or is this how it always is? Is this how marketing is, that, it takes a really long time? And I kind of wanted to break that down a little bit, because at the end of the day, there's only one metric that actually matters the most. There's ones that are underneath it that tell you why certain things are happening. But the one metric that matters the most to you is, are people scheduling in for appointments? That's the one metric that you should care about. And any agency you hire, or if you do it yourself, the only thing you really are focused on is, are people are scheduling in? If people are scheduling in, then you're fine. You're good. If they're not scheduling in, that means there's a problem. There's no such thing as, oh, it takes a couple months to warm up. There's no such thing as that. There's no such thing as, oh, the market's really bad right now, so maybe in a couple months it's going to be good. We just looked at the market. there's no competition. So that's not because there's no such thing as, oh, it's a bad financial time, people aren't doing it. You probably know clinics, you're probably friends with other clinic owners or practitioners that are doing great for themselves. So that's a lie as well. The point is there's people wherever you service in your area, your location, that want exactly what you have and have the problems that you can help them with, but they don't know who you are. They've never heard of you. And if you were able to reach that person, they would raise their hand and say, yes, I want that thing. And it resonates with me and it solves my problem. And because of that, you can bring them through a system where, okay, get some information about them and book them in for an appointment. And that is what matters to you. Now, underneath, booking people in, you have stuff, and especially if you've hired an agency, you probably heard this before, but you have stuff like click through. How many people are clicking on the ad? How many people, are leaving the landing page? That's a bounce rate. How many people are sometimes, views are things people look at, even, which views, views, if we're looking at a needle and how much it's moving, 100% moving the needle is getting booked in appointments. That's 100%. So that should be your main focus. Getting views is going to move the needle about 5%. About 5% is what you're moving that needle. If you want to build a brand, and this is kind of the difference between building a brand and getting clients. There's a difference. You can build a brand, and a brand will help you get clients years down the line. But building a brand is extremely hard to do. It's very difficult, and it takes a very long time to do. In the long run, it will get you clients, however. Or you can get clients right now and use your success to build a brand off of it. The second method is a million times better than the first, unless you have millions of dollars in the bank account and you don't care about, getting it, and you don't want any more clients for the next couple years. Then go for the first option. That's fantastic. If you want more appointments right now, there's only one thing you need to care about. It doesn't matter what people tell you about, oh, there's this reason, that reason, this. If you aren't getting more appointments, something needs to be changed. There's something wrong and it needs to be adjusted so that you do. And every client we've worked with, we've never had a problem with getting people appointments. And I actually mean that. Never once have we ever gone to a client and they've said, you know what? You didn't reach the target amount of clients I wanted. You didn't, fulfill your promises on getting new appointments. You didn't reach that appointment target. Never once have we had that. We've always surpassed the amount that we were either told them or that they thought. So yeah, Andrew, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah. So you guys might be thinking right now, after Jaden went on about all that, like, okay, this is great information and everything, but how do I actually diagnose this for myself? What do I say to my agency? Things like that. So if you're looking at your calendar right now and you're seeing that you have no one on there from your system, from your agency putting things through, but you're looking at your CRM or whatever you have and you have 100 leads, well, usually what we would say is that is a quality problem. You're having weak quality. You're not qualifying the leads prior to the booking stage. So you're having leads that are just like name and email, and they don't actually want to go through any farther. So that's a system side. It's a backend side that you need to fix there. And if you have the sense that you have absolutely no leads coming in, then that's an agency problem. That's your ads. That's things like that, where it's like people aren't wanting to book in anymore. So that's sort of how you would diagnose that. You either look at your cost per lead, which would be just the amount of people coming in and how much you're paying for that, which you can ask your agency what it is right now. But they might say, hey, well, your cost per lead is $20, which sounds great. But then you look at, okay, now what's my cost per booking? And then that might be $200. Then you have a massive problem. That is your system on the back end. That means you need a better landing page, a better survey, and a better booking page. Like, that is a back end problem, and you need higher quality leads coming into that. So yeah.
Yeah, and I know this might be technical for some people, especially if you've never done marketing before. Then this, might be a little bit tough to grasp. If you have done marketing before, you have hired an agency, you probably know more about what we're talking about. But if you are at all thinking about advertising or doing marketing, this is really important. If you don't know the cost per booking or the cost per lead, as Andrew is talking about, there is a serious problem. How are you supposed to know if something is working or not if you don't even know if it's working? That is literally telling you, is it working? It cost me $20 to get a booking. Now you can assess, okay, is that a good, or it cost me $100 to get a booking. Okay, is that a good, but you need to have that stat in order to understand if it's working or not. Now, Andrew, really quick, couple of minutes before we finish up, what about people that have an agency and they tell them, hey, we don't know what your cost per lead booking, none of that is, but we have a ton of people that are following your Instagram account, your Facebook account. Look at how many more followers we're getting you. Look at all the views we're getting you. Look at all these people. These people are going to eventually become clients. What's wrong with that idea?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is like, what was the reason you hired the agency in the first place? Was it because you wanted more views on a post, or was it because you wanted to increase your business and the amount of bookings you're getting? Just simply think that and ask that to yourself, and then ask that to your agency. Be like, okay, that's great, but we got into this so that I could get more clients. And it's like, I'm not wanting to wait 5 years down the road or a year down the road to start seeing a result from something like this. And if you are, then it's like, okay, man, maybe pay them like $20 a month, but it's not worth it for you to spend like $1,000 to see no results for like that long. Like if you had any investment in the world, you would never even do that. Like if someone said, hey, pay me $12,000 a year and you won't see any return until maybe 2 to 3 years later, like everyone would say no. But like some marketing agencies frame it as like, oh, well, we'll get you a lot of views, we'll get you a lot of followers, and some point they'll turn into like, no, do you have bookings in your calendar? That's all you should look at.
Yeah, and the problem that we find, and even the reason why you could even say we exist, is because marketing agencies, a lot of time, and even, videos you can watch of people telling you what to do, they've stopped focusing on marketing. Marketing, at the end of the day, is getting you more clients. That is the goal of marketing. It is not getting you more views. It's not getting you more followers. It's not, getting a very nice looking Instagram page. It's not getting a very nice looking landing page. If you had the crappiest, dumpster of a website, and yet you couldn't even handle the amount of bookings you were getting, you'd probably be okay with that compared to having the nicest website you've ever seen and get 0 bookings at all. That's what marketing is. So understand that. And, that's something we get asked all the time about, because, a lot of the people we deal with have had agencies, and they say, oh, our agency told us this, our agency told us that. Oh, people are not financially equipped right now. So it's just, it's just the times, and next year it might be better. That's a guessing game, and you can go to the casino and probably get a better return than that. So, logically think through it, understand what you need. Okay, that's going to wrap up this podcast. If you guys want to reach out to us at all, click the link below. We'll have everything there. You can, check out our stuff. You can check out our fake clinic we built. We got 7 appointments in the first 4 days, running our fake clinic as just a test to see what happened. We have other podcasts as well you can go into, look at. But what, I think that wraps it up. Unless there's anything you want to say, Andrew, anything you want to add. But if not, we'll see you guys at the next one.